Harry's proposal caught me completely off guard. He threw a surprise engagement party and invited everyone we knew. I was so in love with him, and I can still remember our family smiling at us, telling us how we were meant to be. I truly believed it for a long time. Our wedding went off without a hitch. We spent 2 glorious weeks in Mexico for our honeymoon. But when we returned, reality hit us hard. The beginning of the end. Moving into his apartment was a nightmare. He was so particular about everything and wouldn't let me change a thing. He even took issue with my refrigerator magnets, which I collected from all my travels. I had to let it go, but it felt like a tiny part of me was dying. Then he had a problem with my clothes, saying I had too many and that I was taking up too much space. He made me use the guest room as my closet. Can you believe it? He was so controlling, but I tried to be understanding. I mean, he was a homebody who worked long hours, so I just figured he needed time to adjust. He had his golf days with his friends, and I had my social nights with my friends. It worked for us. I really didn't mind going out alone occasionally. In fact, I enjoyed it. It gave me a sense of freedom. Harry was always so exhausted. Things got really weird in the 3rd year of our marriage. Harry, who was totally against having kids, suddenly started saying he wanted to be a father. He kept telling me he wanted to see me with a pregnant belly. I was shocked and uneasy. He even started insisting on not wearing a condom. It got so bad that I secretly started taking birth control pills. He just wouldn't drop it. Then he started questioning me about my friends and the clothes I wore. He said I dressed provocatively, which was ridiculous. I've always dressed modestly. But he insisted I should cover up more because of what other men would think. I should have seen the red flags, but I just thought he was going through a phase. I still can't believe how naive I was. The turning point. Things only got worse. I started noticing that messages from my friends and family were disappearing from my phone. It was so bizarre, and I thought I was going crazy. I even bought a new phone, but I didn't tell Harry about it. One night, I woke up thirsty and saw him in the living room with both of my phones, scrolling through my messages. I was stunned and asked him what the hell he was doing. He immediately became defensive and accused me of cheating on him. It was a complete gaslight, and I was so furious. When I finally took my phones back, I saw that he had been deleting my messages. I couldn't believe it. I was so hurt. He had ruined my relationships with my loved ones just to keep me to himself. I told him I needed space and went to my mother's house. I was heartbroken, and he kept calling and texting me, apologizing 1 minute and blaming me the next. He even started threatening to divorce me and leave me with nothing, just like my father did. It was a low blow. That was so out of character for him. I knew something was wrong. And thankfully, Evelyn, my sister-in-law, showed up to comfort me. She's such a girl's girl. And she was just as disgusted as I was by his behavior. She offered to talk to him for me, and I felt so much better after our chat. After talking to her, I turned my phone back on, but Harry was still sending me angry messages. I just ignored them. Thinking he'd come around, he didn't. 2 days later, Evelyn called me with some terrible news. She had pictures of a young blonde woman entering our home and confirmed that Harry was cheating on me. I felt like the world was spinning. It was a horrible feeling. I was so devastated. I will never forget how my mom and Evelyn sat with me on the floor, comforting me. Revenge is a dish best served cold. I was so hurt and angry. My husband, the man I loved, had cheated on me. I was not going to let him get away with it. I decided to file for divorce and take everything he had. I hired a lawyer and a private investigator to get all the evidence I needed. The PI discovered that Harry's mistress was a 23-year-old stripper named Georgina. She even had a criminal record for grand theft auto. I was so disgusted. Evelyn and I went to Harry's parents and told them everything. They were horrified and promised to help me. We came up with a plan to catch him red-handed. My birthday was a few days away, so they told Harry to throw me a big party. He reluctantly agreed, hoping I wouldn't show up. Little did he know what I had planned for him. On the day of my birthday, my mom and I arrived at Harry's place with the divorce papers and pictures from the PI in my coat. He hadn't bothered to prepare the house at all. It was dirty, and he had only bought takeaway pizza. His parents and Evelyn showed up, and we all pretended like everything was normal. Then, the doorbell rang. Harry rushed to open it and came back with Georgina. Holding her hand, he didn't even acknowledge me. He introduced her to his parents and started a dramatic rant about how unhappy he was with me. He even had the audacity to lie and say that I had cheated on him. He said that I had emotionally mistreated him and that if it weren't for Georgina, he wouldn't have survived our collapsing marriage. Then he dropped the bomb. Georgina was 2 months pregnant. My jaw dropped. I couldn't believe it. My mom, who had been fighting her intrusive thoughts, threw a glass of Sprite in his face. Evelyn then screamed at him, telling him that she knew everything about Georgina, including her criminal record. It was the perfect moment to strike. I walked over to him, handed him the divorce papers, and told him that since he had publicly admitted to the affair, I was coming for everything he had. Then my mom and I left. My new life. It's been several months since then, and the divorce has been a long and annoying process. Harry's lawyer has been trying to delay it as much as possible. But I am determined. My lawyer and I are not giving up. Harry's lawyer wants me to drop my claims against him, but I'm not going to. I paid for all of the house renovations, half of his car loan, and most of our food. I deserve to get everything back. Evelyn and Harry's parents have been so supportive. Evelyn is even getting married soon and has invited me. I'm not sure if I should go because I don't want to see Harry, but she insists that I be there for her. She told me that Harry and Georgina broke up. Apparently, Georgina admitted that she had been sleeping with multiple men, so there was no guarantee that the baby was even his. She then left him for another guy and vanished. Harry has been distraught and blames me for everything, but his parents reminded him that it was his own fault. Honestly, I don't care what he's going through. I just want this chapter of my life to be over. My parents and Evelyn had a talk with him and threatened to cut him off if he didn't cooperate. Finally, he gave in and agreed to give me everything I asked for. I am so happy to finally be divorced. Tonight, I'm going out with my friends and Evelyn to celebrate. I'm so excited to finally be free. I'm ready to move on and have a fantastic time. Thanks for following me on this journey. My new life. Continued. It's been several months since the divorce. And honestly, I feel like a completely new person. Harry and his lawyer tried every trick in the book to delay things. But the court had enough. Finally, Harry caved, and I got everything I asked for. Apparently, his parents sat him down and gave him an ultimatum. Cooperate or lose their inheritance. Can you believe it? He finally realized his little game was over. The night I got the news, I was so thrilled. My friends and Evelyn came over, and we had the best night. We went out for drinks and just celebrated my new freedom. It was so great to be surrounded by people who truly cared about me and had my back. I felt so loved and supported. The next morning, I woke up feeling so relieved. It was like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I didn't have to worry about Harry's controlling behavior or his gaslighting anymore. I was finally free. The aftermath. In the weeks that followed, I started to rebuild my life. I went back to my old hobbies, like traveling, and I reconnected with friends and family I had lost touch with during my marriage. I even started a new job, which I absolutely love. It's so liberating to be able to make my own decisions without having to worry about what Harry would think. Evelyn and I have become even closer. We talk almost every day, and she's been a huge source of support for me. She even asked me to be her maid of honor at her wedding, and I said yes immediately. I can't wait to stand by her side on her special day. Her parents have also been amazing. They've been so supportive and have even offered to help me with anything I need. They've made it clear that they're on my side. Not Harry's. As for Harry, I haven't heard from him in months. I've blocked him on everything. And I've told my friends and family not to talk to me about him. I don't care what he's doing or who he's with. He's a part of my past, and I'm not going to let him ruin my future. I've learned so much about myself throughout this whole ordeal. I've realized that I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. I'm capable of standing up for myself and fighting for what I deserve. I'm not going to let anyone else control me ever again. I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and I'm not going to let anyone hold me back. A new chapter. I've been on a few dates, but I'm not in a rush to find a new relationship. I'm focusing on myself and my happiness right now. I'm finally at a place where I'm truly happy, and I'm not going to let anyone mess that up. I'm enjoying my newfound freedom and independence. I'm finally living for myself, not for someone else. My friends have been so supportive. We've been going out on weekends, trying new restaurants, and just having fun. It's so great to have them back in my life. I've also been spending a lot of time with my mom. She's been my rock throughout this whole thing, and I'm so grateful for her. She's always been my biggest fan, and she's always supported me. No matter what, I'm finally able to breathe again. The constant anxiety and stress of being with Harry are gone. I'm finally able to relax and be myself. I'm not going to let him define me anymore. I'm going to create my own destiny, and I'm going to be the happy, independent woman I was always meant to be. The entire experience taught me so much about relationships and myself. I now know what I'm looking for in a partner, and more importantly, what I'm not. I've learned to trust my gut and not ignore the red flags. I've also learned the importance of communication and setting boundaries. I won't ever let myself be in a situation where I feel controlled or gaslit again. I am so done with all of that. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm excited to see what's in store for me. I'm not going to let the past hold me back. I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and I'm going to be happy. I deserve it. I'm finally free, and it feels so good. I will never let myself get into a situation like that again. I'm done with toxic relationships and controlling men. I'm ready for a fresh start, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm ready to take on the world, one day at a time, and I'm not going to let anyone stop me.